Today, we're going to be talking about something that you should be doing after every single workout. Fixing your hair. Just kidding. No, we're going to be talking about stretching. What's up, everybody? Jeremy Sarai here, and today I've got a full stretching routine for you. Post-workout stretching in particular. Before I explain to you all those details and stuff and what I mean about post-workout, if you're new to the channel, can I please ask you to hit that subscribe button? And for everyone here right now, take a moment and just smash that like button for me. It's you guys who motivate me. Without your momentum, it gets really tough to make content without knowing there's someone else on the other side. So with all my heart, I mean it when I say you guys motivate me, and without you guys, it's tough to do these YouTube videos. I always like to take a minute or two out of the entire video to get to know you guys better. I read all the comments. So for this video, let's do another special thing. Drop a comment below and let me know what your favorite cheat meal is. When you've reached the end of the week and you've put in all the hard work, what's your guilty pleasure? Drop a comment below, let me know. For me, it always varies. Sometimes I'm in a sweet mood, and when that happens, I love crepes. I used to pronounce them as creepies. And if I'm in a saltier mood, burgers. Burgers are the way to go for me. But let me know what your guilty pleasure is, and I'll hang out with you in the comments. Well, my light just died. That sucks. We got this last light right here, and hopefully we finish this video before that one dies, because then it'll be really dark in here. Let's finish this video, huh? If I could go back in time and do one thing better for my fitness journey, it would be to spend more time stretching. You see, as most of us will do resistance training, what we're doing in this process is we're contracting and we're making these muscle fibers really, really tight. As a kid, you're just elastic and you have this amazing range of motion. You recover from everything. But as you get older, you don't have that range of motion. If you don't spend the time stretching, that range of motion gets shorter and shorter, and you're just not as elastic. And what happens is, if you continue to train in that fashion, you're setting yourself up for injury. So stretching is super, super, super important. I can't stress that enough. If you've ever worked out with me, for all my friends that do, they know that I will always take a good 10, 15 minutes after the workout to actually stretch. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. This full-on routine that I'm about to share with you is by no means a replacement for a full active rest day in which you would spend like a good maybe hour to just do yoga and really listen to your body and find out where all those tight points are. This is supposed to be a quick 10 to 15 minute post-workout stretching routine that you can do daily. So what I would do for this video is, after watching it, I would bookmark and save it, so that way after your next workout, you can just pop this out and then follow along as I take you through another stretching routine. Now for this video in particular, because I don't know what you're going to be working out, I'm just going to do a general full body flow. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into this movement breakdown and we'll go from there. So this movement breakdown is going to be a little bit different in the sense that instead of breaking down the exercises and movements that we're going to be going through, I'm going to be breaking down the equipment that I'm going to be using that will help you get a better stretch out of your routine. The first one, yoga blocks. These are key. In a previous video, I recommended Cork Yoga Blocks. I still do, to practice what I preach. My yoga blocks are still on the way. I don't know why, it was just really hard to find them. But I recommend Cork because if you look at foam, if I press this from the highest level possible, this feels really unsturdy. When you push this and you do crazy maneuvers from the ground, it does not feel good on your wrist. It doesn't feel safe. So I recommend Cork, not foam. But for the purpose of this practice, if you have foam, you can get away with it and it's completely fine. The reason why you want yoga blocks is because for different motions, you may not have the range of motion yet, but by being able to place your hands on yoga blocks and relax into the position, it lets you get a deeper stretch. And the whole point of a post-workout stretch is to cool down and feel relaxed. Like, you're not trying to feel tense. So These are a game changer. I highly recommend you invest in them. The second and the last thing I'm going to recommend for this post-workout stretch routine is actually a yoga mat. So this one is from Lululemon. Again, I'm going to leave links to everything below. And this is, I believe it's a 5 or 4 millimeter mat. I think it's 5. But basically what that is referring to is the thickness. The camera's not going to focus on this correctly, but the thickness of the mat right here. And as far as yoga mats go, this was actually recommended to me by one of my clients, Ronald. Ronald, shout out to you. Thank you so much for this. But what I really look for, and the number one thing I prioritize in a mat, is grip. Like, if you feel this, if you're able to press on this, once your skin makes contact with the mat, there's a solid grip. And I notice even if I sweat on this and I'm pressing on my sweat, I still have a pretty solid grip. The other mat I would recommend that I don't have with me right now is the Manuka Pro. And basically that mat, it actually, if I flip this inside out, it actually has the same texture. Let me see if I can punch this in. Probably not. But it has the same texture as this Lululemon mat on this side. But the difference between that mat and this one is that mat, like, one, it has an amazing warranty, and two, the thickness is 6 millimeter. It sounds like the smallest change, but for example, if you're doing joint heavy stretches, I don't even know how to explain what that looks like. But let's say like you're driving your knee into the ground. That mat is gonna feel way more comfortable than this mat. Like, I actually do feel a little bit of knee pain on this when I press through it, but on the Manuka, it feels great. Like, it feels like I'm almost on a cloud, but I'm still stable enough. So the trade-off here is you want something thick enough to protect your joints if you're stretching in that fashion, but at the same time, you want it to be flat enough to where you can create a solid platform / foundation when you hold different poses. Because if the mat is like 10 millimeters thick and it feels like you're on a cloud, it's not going to feel like you're stable, and you're going to be wobbling all over the place, and you won't get a deep stretch. So there's a fine line in between of comfort and the ability to actually stretch. So hopefully that helps. Again, the two things I look for in a mat is gripability. Is that a word? Basically, how much grip I have in different poses, and is it thick enough to actually make my joints feel good in certain poses, and thin enough to the point where I can still create stable poses. That's what I look for in a mat. And if you guys got those two tools ready, let's go through this post-workout stretching routine. All right, everybody. So I got my props here for when I need a deeper stretch, and I'm on top of my mat here, so I have the extra grip when I hold those deeper poses. And again, the best way to do this post-workout routine would be to bookmark it, save it, and after you finish your next workout, look at the timestamps below, come back to this post-workout stretching routine, and just follow along, as I'll be here to take you through that whole process. So let's get right to it. We're going to be starting on all fours here. No matter what I do for a workout, if it's legs or backs, I always take care of my spine. So knees right under my hips, shoulders right above my wrists. I'm going to inhale up and exhale down. This is our cat and cow. As I inhale up again, so inhale up, I'm going to pull the ground together. I'm like, my wrists and knees are trying to come towards each other. Exhale down. As I exhale, I'm pushing everything away. Inhale up. Again, we're not going to be doing this for time. We're going to be holding everything for breaths. Exhale. Last breath right here. Inhale up. Exhale. Nice. So we're going to be starting working our body down and up. So from here, we're going to sit back, place your feet flat on the ground like this, come back here, and then hands out forward, lift the knees up, like so. So you can see my knees are slightly off the ground, and what we're doing here is we're using our feet as pivot points, and we're stretching out our ankles. Come down, inhale, exhale, and sit into it. I'm actually kind of sweating from this. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. So if you find that you don't have ankle mobility, this could be something that you work on too. Inhale. and exhale. Nice. Coming back onto all fours, we're going into our downward dog. So hands flat on the ground like this, feet back, lift the butt up and press the ground away. Now check this out. I think innately, most people will try to drive their heels into the ground, but if your hamstrings are really tight, it's okay to add a bend in your knee. The thing that you should be prioritizing during this downward dog pose is a flat back. So check this out. If I try to drive my heels into the ground and straighten my leg, my back is a little bit more rounded. But if I bend my knee here and I push back like that, that's a better downward dog for me. I feel my chest way more open. I can feel my back a lot more flat. So we're gonna hold this. Inhale and exhale. Press your head between your hands. Feeling a deeper stretch here. You can move around. Stretching doesn't have to be static. Wiggle in here. Okay, we're coming to our first lunge. We're gonna inhale the right leg up, heel to the sky, pushing the ground away. Exhale, bring it in between your hands, placing the foot down right there. From here, we're gonna do quick pulses, 10 pulses with the left leg. So inhale up, exhale down. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now from here, chest up. If your chest is not straight right here, what I like to do, if you have the props ready, place the props right here, hold that position, and from here, we're gonna sit back and go straight into a hamstring stretch, driving your hips back, lift that right foot up, sink back into this. See how the props are here? It's a little bit easier to relax into the pose versus if I'm not as flexible, it's hard to kind of just sit and hang out here. Holding this for 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. As you do this, it's okay to keep a bend in your knee. What you're going for is not picture perfect form, but more so sensation. I feel this up in my calves and a ton in my hamstrings. We're trying to target the hamstrings right now. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath here. Inhale. Try to sink a little bit deeper here. Exhale. Nice. Come back into that lunge. From here, you can remove the props. We're gonna lift that back leg up like so, driving the heel up. Actually, I'm gonna use the prop here so I can keep my chest upright more. Now from here, I'm gonna take my right hand, I'm gonna grab that back foot, twisting, opening my chest like this, really sitting into it. So if you're feeling knee pain here with the left leg, what you wanna do is actually sink forward more and sit more on top of the quad than the knee. Twisting, keeping the chest open. If you feel good in the middle of this, you can actually drop the prop, lower it there, and twist in deeper. Inhale and exhale. If you're feeling really good, you can get rid of the prop now and just sit into it. Inhale, exhale. Nice. Let that leg go. Come back to center. Both hands on the ground. Step that right leg back. Butt up in the air. Downward dog. Inhale and exhale and really sink into this. Left leg now. Inhale it up. Exhale. Drive it forward, round your back. Lunge. Press the foot into the ground. Place it between your hands. Chest up. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Hands on the ground. You can use your props here if you want to. We have those pulses, really opening our hip flexors right here. We're in 3, 2, 1, 10 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Same thing again, leaving the props right here. I'm gonna sink back. It's my half splits. This foot's coming up, left foot is coming up, toes in the air, squaring my hips here. Inhale, exhale, and sink into it. So when I say squaring the hips, what you're trying to imagine is keeping your hips parallel to the wall beside you. Inhale. And one thing you can do to help you square your hips is drive your, in this case, your left heel into the ground and your right toes into the ground as well. And with those two anchor points, you can kind of maneuver your hips and make sure they're squared. Inhale. Last breath right here. Exhale. All right, that's our hamstrings coming forward now. Back into this lunge position. If you need the props, you can keep them here. If not, we'll move them off to the side. Drop your right hand into the ground. Lift your right heel up into the air. Squeeze, contract with your left hand. You can see it on this side now. Open, extend, grab that foot. Chest is open now. Hand is pressing to the ground. This is for our quads. Inhale. Exhale. We got 2 more breaths here. I'm sweating. This is actually tough. Inhale. Exhale. I notice every time I breathe, I get to go a little bit deeper into the stretch and it becomes a lot more relaxing. But when I first opened into it, it was tight. My body did not want to move. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Plant that hand on the ground. Bring that foot back. We're going into our downward dog. We have 1 breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. So we did ankles. We did calves. We did hamstrings. We did quads. We're moving up. Let's do core again. So we're going to come forward here into the plank position. You're going to chaturanga, or basically do a military push-up like this. And now with our tops of our feet on the ground, if you see here, I'm going to place this here. I'm going to push up like that and then straighten out. So the ideal position is you want to be up here, knees off the ground, head up, core completely stretched like that. And in order to protect your lower back, I'm squeezing my glutes here. But now if this is not available for you, you can actually come back down here, go on your forearms, and now press up like that. But over time, you'll be able to get that range of motion and press straight up and hang out here. If you just did a crazy ab workout, this feels so good. Inhale. Exhale. So we stretched the front part of our core. We're going to take it in reverse now. Bring your toes together like that. Knees come out. And now we're going to sink back for our child's pose. Right here, hands are still in the front. Nice. Inhale. Exhale. Rounding the back. So if you notice, every time we moved into a position, we stretched both sides. Like when we did hamstrings, we followed up with quads right after. We just did the front part of our core. Now we're moving on to the back part or the lower back. Nice. 1 more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Coming up forward, we're going to do something for our chest now. So what we're going to do here is drop straight flat into the ground like this. Make sure you're watching this. So my hand, let's say we're stretching out the left pec. I'm going to stick my left hand out like this. And now with my right leg, I'm going to lift that up like so. And then with my right hand, I'm going to push the ground away and pivot over like this. Already, you should be feeling a crazy stretch in your hand. And if you want to target different areas for this, check this out. Back in this form, I can go up here. I can go down here. You can play around with this range of motion of where you plant your hand and then perform the twist. We're holding this for 2 breaths because you should have held it for 1 already. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side now. Dropping this foot down. You can see it from this camera angle now. I'm gonna bring my left hand in, right hand goes out. I'm just keeping it parallel and even. I'm gonna lift my left heel up like this, pushing the ground away with my left arm, opening out and stretching the right side. Nice. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Coming straight back onto our stomach like this. So we've taken care of our chest. Let's go for our triceps. We're gonna press straight up, come back into child's pose. So that's knees out, toes together, back here. But before you sit all the way back down, you're gonna plant your elbows into the ground like this. Bring your hands behind your head and sink back. Drive your butt back and elbows into the ground. As you do this, you should feel an awesome stretch in your tricep. Now, if you have blocks, you can take this to the next level too. Check this out. I'm gonna bring my blocks up in front like this. And if you've seen the push-up video, the uneven pecs video, what this is doing is it's gonna create a deeper distance, more range of motion between the ground. So now I'm here, I can drive my head even lower and feel that stretch across my triceps. Yeah, this actually feels really good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. We did triceps. We're going to go to biceps now. Moving these props off to the side, back in our tabletop position right here. Shoulders right above wrists, hip right above knee. I'm going to turn my wrists around like this, pressing the ground flat, flushing my hands in there. I'm going to sit back now. Be gentle with this because if you have tight forearms, you're really going to feel this. From here, sit back. Drive the palms into the ground as you sit back, fingertips pressing against it. That's an insane stretch in my forearms. Nice. Feeling it. You can even lift the palms up right here if that's a little bit more comfortable for you. And then drive your elbows out forward more for a deeper stretch in your bicep. Nice. You don't have to move a lot here. You'll just feel it from just literally sitting back like that. Nice. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Flipping the palms around. We just did bis, we did tris. Let's do a little something for our shoulder. What we're gonna do for this motion is I'm gonna take one hand, press it into the ground like so. So this is my left arm. Right arm is gonna go on top of it like this. And now I'm gonna drive this elbow towards the ground like that and press into it. And then press back up. We can actually wiggle this for motions. We're gonna do 5 right here. That's 3, 4, 5. Other side. So you can kind of see what this hand's doing. Both arms are straight, elbows come out in front. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. 5. So I like to do a little shoulder mobility before I actually stretch it, just so there's like range of motion in there. And I notice sometimes my shoulders get really, really tight and I don't want to push it to its limit. So by checking out that mobility, have a good idea of what's happening right now. What we're going to do is we're going to leave one hand out. I'm going to take this left arm and thread it under that hand and then sink into the ground like this. And then for a deeper stretch, I'm going to take the same hand that's out, so the right hand, I'm going to crawl my fingers and just reach out forward. So now I'm just letting gravity do the work here. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Bring the right hand in, press your body up. Left hand goes out. We're gonna thread that right hand underneath now. Pressing into the ground, dropping my head here. Left hand crawling out. Stretch right there. Inhale. And exhale. I'm just lifting my head here so I can still talk into the mic kind of. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Bring that hand back in, pressing straight up. We're gonna finish off. We literally did every muscle group already. We're gonna finish off with some stuff for the neck, and that's gonna be it. So from here, I'm gonna grab my right hand from behind. Let me show you what that looks like. Left hand is grabbing right hand, pulling it in like this. So now I got a little wing on the left side. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my head towards the left and look straight forward. Just holding this here. Inhale. On the exhale, look up. Exhale. As you do that, you should feel a shift in tension across the neck. Inhale. Now on this one, exhale and look down. You should feel that tension completely shift. Nice. Come back to center. We're gonna switch hands here. Grab, right hand is grabbing left wrist, pulling the right elbow out. Looking forward, inhale. Drop the head towards the right side. Exhale. Inhale up. Looking up, exhale. Last one right here. Inhale. Exhale, down. Look down. Whew. And that is it, guys. I just took you through a quick post-workout full body stretching routine. Again, the best thing to do for this video would be to bookmark, save it, and next time you finish your next workout, come back here, pop this video out, look at the timestamps below, and just go straight to the stretching routine, and I'll be right here to help you again. If you enjoyed this stretching routine, smash that like button for me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Wanna move my feet.